Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Daniel Weichman. A man from Wilkes-Barre is wanted for a shooting at the Hilltop Apartments that left one wounded. According to the Edwardsville Police Department, 38-year-old Antoine Leon Bickerstaff was approached by his ex-girlfriend's current boyfriend, Idrissa Say, outside once he arrived at the apartment complex. Surveillance video shows the two men speaking in the parking lot before Bickerstaff was last seen on camera pulling out a firearm and firing 3 shots at Say. Bickerstaff then fled the scene. Police state that Say was unresponsive once they arrived on the scene and was bleeding profusely on the sidewalk. Investigators learned that Bickerstaff is a felon with prior drug trafficking charges and is not allowed to possess firearms. Police are continuing to search for Bickerstaff. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is asked to call Edwardsville Police. One person was transported to the hospital Thursday morning following a rollover crash near Frackville. According to officials, the driver struck a utility pole on Route 61 northbound. The collision caused the vehicle to roll over onto the driver's side, trapping the victim. Emergency personnel were able to extricate the driver and transport them to a nearby hospital with unknown injuries. A former employee of the Valley View School District is officially being terminated following accusations of her filming a student with special needs in the bathroom. The information was revealed at the school board's workshop. Cala Tolerico posted a video on social media where she later stated that she only meant it as a joke. Her termination will be voted on next week at the school's regular school board meeting at Valley View School District. A woman from Shenandoah who is already serving a state prison sentence for drug-related charges was sentenced to additional time on Tuesday. 30-year-old Megan E. Asbell was given an additional 15 to 30 months on a charge of endangering the welfare of children, which will run consecutive with 2 other sentences she is serving from guilty pleas of September of last year. Before, she was ordered to serve 1 to 2 years for possession of a controlled substance, and 2 to 5 for possession with intent to manufacture or deliver a controlled substance. Shenandoah police charged Asbell with endangering her 13-month-old son in 2021 for allowing him to drink from a soda bottle that contained fentanyl, resulting him in becoming seriously ill. The Pennsylvania State Police continue their search for 27-year-old Dylan Whitty for his involvement in a burglary that occurred on January of 2014. It took place at 106 East Main Street, Girardville Borough in Schuylkill County. During the burglary, 90 packs of cigarettes were stolen that are valued to be about $500. If you have any information on this crime, you can call 1-800-4PA-TIPS. A man from Pittston has been found not guilty after the Luzerne County jury deliberated on Wednesday. 66-year-old Charles F. Brown was originally charged by Pittston police for grabbing a woman's chest and squeezing her wrists inside his vehicle in June of last year. The jury spoke for about 49 minutes before finding Brown not guilty on 2 counts of indecent assault and 1 count of terroristic threats. He was also found not guilty on a summary count of harassment. A Wilkes-Barre woman has been granted a continuance of her trial after a dispute regarding the firearm found in her car. According to police, 34-year-old Amanda Saxton is being charged following allegations that she pulled a handgun on a juvenile and forced him into her vehicle. Officers at the scene say the Taurus 9mm was in plain view on the driver's side of Saxton's Jeep. However, police body cam footage shows that the firearm was removed from under the seat and had not been in plain view. Saxton's attorney plans to file a motion to suppress the firearm from evidence, to which prosecutors will have the opportunity to respond. Saxton's trial will continue in April. Coming up on WYLN News, Hazleton City Council is set to meet tonight for discussion on the proposed garbage transfer station. Plus, Governor Josh Shapiro announces how his budget will help the shortage of school teachers. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast, brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Tomorrow it's gonna be raining.
want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
Struggling to get a good night's sleep? Then look no further. Grand Central is here to help. Grand Central Sealy experts will set you straight. When you buy your mattress at Grand Central, you can expect free delivery and setup, free removal of the old unit, and interest-free financing for up to 60 months. And of course, Grand Central's everyday low prices. Grand Central in Hazleton, helping you make your house a home.
There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information.
Hello, I'm WYLN historian Chris Fulmer. Pennsylvania's communities are filled with interesting history. Come with me as we discover the people, events, industries, and other historic facets of local towns.
Welcome back to WYLN News. Municipal leaders in Hazleton will be given the chance to collect information and inquire about the proposed garbage transfer station during a meeting tonight at City Hall. The Department of Environmental Protection will be hosting the meeting tonight at 6 p.m., where the DEP is required to meet with the local leaders before the state agency begins its review of the permit application for the project. The meeting hadn't been advertised, as it isn't a public meeting. However, if members of the public wish to attend, they won't be turned away. There are no guarantees the public will have the chance to inquire or comment at this time. A public meeting will be held at a later date, according to Mayor Jeff Cassatt. Spring is right around the corner, and the Pennsylvania Game Commission has shared a live stream of the Black Bear Den beneath a porch. But this time, something's changed. Do you see it? Mama had some babies. Seniors in Mrs. Whitley's AP English class held a Read Across America book party on Monday morning for Mrs. Rokovich's kindergarten class. The kindergartners made bookmarks, played games, and were read stories. Each child was also given a new book to take home. The annual event is funded through Teacher Dress Down Days. Governor Josh Shapiro visited the George Washington Carver High School of Engineering and Science in Philadelphia today and highlighted his administration's plan for rebuilding the teacher workforce in Pennsylvania. During his visit, Shapiro laid out some statistics to emphasize the severity of the shortage of educators in the state.
We have a teacher shortage crisis today in Pennsylvania, and if we fail to act, if we fail to take these common sense steps, we will have an even greater crisis tomorrow. Let me offer some data, which Mr. Streeter spoke of a moment ago. Just 10 years ago, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania certified 20,000 teachers a year. And that was basically enough to keep up with the needs in our classrooms. Just last year, that number was just over 6,000. And that number has been dropping year after year after year.
Shapiro also highlighted his plans to address the problem through the budget he unveiled last week.
The ways we're seeking to address that, on top of the investments in our schools that I mentioned a moment ago, is to demonstrate, to put our money where our mouth is, to demonstrate just how vital we think teachers are. And so for the first time ever, under my budget, teachers will qualify for up to $2,500 back in their pockets every year for the next 3 years, and hopefully longer, for choosing Pennsylvania as the place where they go to teach. This will apply for new teachers who are newly certified, and it will also apply to teachers who get certified in Pennsylvania by moving from another state. In addition to that, my administration is speeding up that certification process, so teachers don't have to wait to get into the classroom. We are planting a flag here and saying we value our teachers. They matter, and we want to put money back in their pockets to incentivize their work here in this Commonwealth.
Coming up on Plymouth's News Choice, let's talk sports with Marty Burns. Plus, Chris Fulmer talks about Wilkes-Barre in Part 3 on A Path Through History. And stay with us for everything else we have lined up for you later tonight on Wyln TV.
When you need surgery, excellence and experience matter. So does staying close to home. At Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton, you get it all. As part of Lehigh Valley Health Network's Institute for Surgical Excellence, we have the most experienced surgeons and advanced technology, including robotic-assisted surgery. For you, this means getting back to normal life. Whether it's general or orthopedic surgery, you have a local surgery partner you can trust, a partner committed to excellence. Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton, your health deserves a partner.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
Have you ever experienced that super pushy salesperson who follows you all around? Not here.
Or wandered around that big box store looking for help in the appliance department, only to find the pink guy? Not here.
And we have an experienced, courteous sales staff here to help you find the perfect mattress, piece of furniture, or appliance with no pressure.
And don't forget, everyday low prices.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
Welcome to Let's Talk Sports, brought to you by the Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. And looking at some local action from some of our local teams, both high school and college. And we'll start with softball. Can you believe it? With some of the weather we've seen lately, that we're out there playing softball and baseball. But the college softball team from Penn State Hazleton recently in Myrtle Beach defeated Regis from Massachusetts by a score of 9-8. Tiffany Brogan drove in the tying and winning runs in the bottom of the seventh to propel the Penn State Hazleton softball team to victory. Tori Raybuck, she got the win and also drove in 2 runs, as did Athena Matankowski. We'll head to state playoff action on the girls level, and in Class A, St. John Newman defeated Weatherly 57-24. Lily Reed led St. John Newman with 14. Weatherly's Emma Kane led the way for the Lady Wreckers. She had 14. In 2A girls, we had Montrose defeating Northwest 46-28. In AAA, Mount Carmel defeated the Lady Royals of Holy Redeemer 46-36. In 4A, it was Jersey Shore defeating Wyoming area 52-39. And in 6A, Abington defeated the district champion Lady Spartans of Wyoming Valley West 69-56. Move over to the men, and we had some college baseball also in Myrtle Beach as Penn State Hazleton defeated Penn State Greater Allegheny 8-4. Mark Kokinda picked up the victory in a complete game effort where he allowed 5 hits, 2 earned runs, no walks, and 7 strikeouts. And the big key to that Penn State victory was a 6-run 8th inning led by Solomon Grant and Jared Joyce. Both had RBI hits, and Grant led the way for the local Lions with 3 hits on the game. We move on to the state high school basketball playoffs for the boys, and we start in AA, and they had a packed house down at Monoy Area High School as the Golden Bears defeated Northwest 63-52. J.C. Edsena, he finished with a game-high 25. Chris Cuff, he had 11 off the bench for the Golden Bears. Landon Hufford, he came with a team-high 20 for Northwest. Congratulations to Holy Redeemer, the District 2 champs, advanced in the 3A boys bracket with a 74-71 victory over SLA Bieber. And anything to Justin Bieber? Anybody? Nobody's too sure. We'll try to get that clarified. And in 4A, Bethlehem Catholic defeated Nanacoke 43-39. Congratulations and good luck the rest of the way to all of our local teams. We'll be back with a St. Patrick's Day edition of Let's Talk Sports coming up tomorrow. We'll see you then. As always, Let's Talk Sports is brought to you by the Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute.
Getting to the finish line starts with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, the region's leader in sports medicine. Our specialists use the most advanced technology for faster, better results, so elite and everyday athletes can compete like champions once again. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, I met Paul and Lexi just 2 days ago, yet already you can see their excitement of what chiropractic is like. Tune in, see what it's like.
Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the WYLN News Midday Update, posted daily between noon and 2 p.m., powered by Lehigh Valley Health Network. When it's serious, there's only one health network with seriously innovative health institutes. Lehigh Valley Health Network, your health deserves a partner. There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information. Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the WYLN News Midday Update, posted daily between noon and 2 p.m., powered by Lehigh Valley Health Network. When it's serious, there's only one health network with seriously innovative health institutes. Lehigh Valley Health Network, your health deserves a partner.
20th century approached, innovation would come to Wilkes-Barre in many forms. Many of them would come from immigrants that set roots down in the city. One of these was Father Josef Mergus, who immigrated from today's Slovakia in 1896. An amateur inventor, Mergus was particularly interested in radiotelegraphy. In September 1905, he successfully tested a wireless radio transmitting between Wilkes-Barre and Scranton. This in many ways can be considered a forerunner of today's internet technology. The sporting world will also see innovation in the city beginning on Memorial Day 1906. The then newly founded Wilkes-Barre Automobilist Club had noticed the large crowds that turned out for Long Island's Vanderbilt Cup auto race in the years prior, and decided to start a race of their own. East Northampton Street in nearby Laurel Run was chosen as the site for the race once it was decided to make it a hill climb race. Today, what has become known as the Giants Despair Hill Climb is the oldest continual motorsport event in Pennsylvania, and one of the oldest in the world. Among the drivers who have tried their luck at the course over the years include such legendary names as Ralph De Palma, Louis Chevrolet, Carroll Shelby, and Roger Penske. But not all would be positive for the Wilkes-Barre area over these years. On the afternoon of August 18, 1890, a tornado touched down across the Susquehanna and Nanticoke. It crossed the river and entered the city around 5:30, where it rapidly intensified to F3 strength and reached a width of 300 yards across. It tore up Main, Wood, and Franklin streets, heavily damaging the city's industrial center. 16 people were killed and 260 buildings were destroyed. The mines would also be the scenes of tragedy in Wilkes-Barre. On June 5, 1919, the Delaware and Hudson Coal Company's Baltimore mine tunnel would be the site of a particularly grim accident. 450 men worked in the mine, which was located at the corner of North Sherman, Spring, and Pine streets. About 100 of the miners were riding up to the surface in a series of mine cars, at least one of which carried barrels of blasting powder. About 200 feet from the mine entrance, the powder detonated in a major explosion, and the ventilation shaft sent the flames scorching back through the mine towards other unsuspecting miners. The exact cause of the explosion has never been determined. Some theorize that a loose power cable might have ignited the powder, while others believe an open flame, perhaps from a lantern or pipe, was the cause. Whatever triggered it, however, the blast killed 92 miners and injured 44, many suffering horrific burns. By the late 1920s, Wilkes-Barre was still thriving, and it was the site of a landmark moment in sports history on October 12, 1926, when Babe Ruth, then at the height of his career, came to town to play in an exhibition game between Hughstown and Larksville at Artillery Park. The Sultan of Swat was quite familiar with the area, as he had a cabin near Blakely that he would frequent in the off-season. Playing for Hughstown, Ruth would uncork a massive home run off Larksville's Ernie Corcoran, one that would eventually come down in a Kirby Park High School running track a good distance away. An amazed Ruth would ask for an official measurement, and it would be determined that the home run traveled a whopping 650 feet, the longest of Ruth's storied career, and what today is believed to have been the longest home run in the history of organized baseball. 4 years later, Wilkes-Barre would also see the creation of a major comic strip character. Ham Fisher was working as a cartoonist for the Wilkes-Barre Record when an interview with a local boxer, the exact identity of the boxer varies by account, inspired him to create his own boxing character. Many newspapers rejected Fisher's idea, but eventually the McNaught Syndicate decided to take a chance on it. Joe Palooka, the name believed to be slang for an inept fighter, made a strip debut on April 19, 1930, and quickly became extremely popular. By 1948, Joe and his supporting cast, girlfriend Ann Howe, trainer Nobby Walsh, sparring partner Humphrey Pennyworth, and others, headlined one of the 5 most popular strips in the country, one that sold all sorts of merchandising and even spawned several movie serials. After Fisher's death in 1955, others continued the strip for many years afterwards. Declining revenues would eventually ring the final bell for the strip in 1984, with the last segment appearing in newspapers on November 24th of that year. Wilkes-Barre did not forget the comics legend, as a mountain south of the city was officially named Joe Palooka Mountain in 1980, with the monument of Palooka situated at the peak's base. Higher education took root in Wilkes-Barre at the beginning of the Great Depression. Bucknell University in Lewisburg would be a major conduit for this, establishing a satellite campus, originally called Bucknell University Junior College, in 1933. Classes originally took place in the Wilkes-Barre Business College building downtown. Within a few years, though, they had been shifted to former mansions in South River and South Franklin streets. By 1945, Bucknell made plans to expand the institution to a 4-year college. It became the independent Wilkes College in 1947. In 1989, the name was changed to Wilkes University after it received university accreditation from Pennsylvania. A rival Wilkes-Barre College would be founded around the same time. Wilkes became an independent institution. A brainchild of priests from the Congregation of Holy Cross, with some additional input from Notre Dame University clergymen, King's College opened its doors down the street from Wilkes in 1946. Its originally stated mission was to offer higher education to the children of local coal miners and mill workers. Both Kings and Wilkes continue to serve the Wilkes-Barre area and beyond today.
And that does it for the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest news and updates on our Facebook, YouTube, or at WYLNTV.com. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN TV.